That moment nearly gave every Broncos fan a heart attack. For about 10 tense minutes, the entire Broncos community held its breath, waiting, hoping, praying. But finally, the storm passed. We got the update we needed, and it was relief. But that wasn't the only headline today. Two respected NFL veterans just dropped bold, electrifying statements about this Broncos team and what they said should send chills down your spine. Because their words weren't just hype, they were belief. Real, veteran-backed belief in what's being built in Denver. Meanwhile, the Broncos made a key move involving the injured reserve list. On the surface, it might seem routine, but it's actually a strategic decision that could help this team retain one of its most valuable young pieces for the long haul. And here's where things really start heating up. National analysts are starting to take notice. Diana Rossini and others from around the league attended camp, and they didn't leave with doubts, they left with hope. They saw a fire, a spark. They saw a team that's no longer stuck in rebuild mode. They saw a team that's thinking bigger. Former quarterback Chase Daniel, someone who knows Sean Payton's system inside and out, said the S word, Super Bowl. And he's not alone. The national media is starting to wake up. They're seeing what Broncos country has been feeling. This team isn't just different. It's dangerous. And as training camp rolls on, those feelings only grow stronger. Press conference after press conference. You can hear it in their voices. You can see it in their eyes. This isn't false confidence. This is real. The Denver Broncos are coming. You know, most NFL players are trained to play it safe in front of the media. Stick to cliches. Say nothing controversial. Keep it bland, but not DJ Jones. Jones, a guy who could have taken more money elsewhere, including a return to San Francisco, chose to stay with the Denver Broncos. And when asked about the impact of guys like Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw joining this defense, he didn't hesitate. His response pure fire. You haven't seen anything yet, he said, with that calm, cold confidence only a true alpha brings. When the real bullets start flying, you'll see everything you need to see. That's not just talk. That's a warning to the rest of the league. This is the kind of mentality that transforms a defense fearless, focused, and ready to explode. And it's not just DJ Jones feeling this shift. Adam Troutman, a tight end who's played under Sean Payton before, who knows exactly what excellence looks like, said something jaw-dropping. After a standout day in training camp catching multiple throws from Bo Nix, he declared it the best practice he's had in 3 years with the Broncos. Think about that. The best practice since arriving in Denver. Troutman didn't hold back. He said this team is clicking on all cylinders, that the momentum, the energy, the execution, it's all starting to come together. And he pointed straight to the quarterback room. Bo Nix is setting the tone, and the rest of the roster is feeding off it. And here's the kicker. Troutman said this team is ready. Ready for the pressure. Ready for the spotlight. Ready for the expectations. And after hearing all this, how could you not believe it? Just a day ago, former NFL quarterback Chase Daniel lit a fire across Broncos country when he said the words we've all been dreaming about. The Denver Broncos are thinking Super Bowl. And guess what? The players feel it too. DJ Jones made it crystal clear, you haven't seen a thing yet. That level of confidence, it's not just talk. It's coming straight from the core of this team. What's even more exciting is what we're seeing off the field, the brotherhood being built in that locker room. This isn't a business first, every man for himself squad. This is a family. And that kind of bond, it's rare in the modern NFL. Take Nick Bonito, for example. He tweeted something the other day and made a small typo, said someone was ranked too low, but used the wrong two. It could have gone unnoticed, but Marvin Mims jumped in with a playful jab. Just good old-fashioned teammate banter, and it didn't stop there. In his press conference, Mims joked about Malcolm Roach constantly talking trash at practice. Man, I just told him, you're just a fat guy, focus on that. Mims laughed. Roach? He fired back on social media with a middle finger emoji. That's the kind of locker room energy we're seeing, not tension, not division, but tight-knit chemistry. It feels like a college team, guys playing for each other, not just for contracts. And that kind of atmosphere, it wins championships. Because when you fight for the guy next to you, not for stats, not for spotlight, but for each other, that's when something special is born. What we're witnessing in Denver isn't just improvement, it's transformation. The kind you only see in teams destined to make noise. You can see it in Sean Payton's face, the smile, the confidence, the quiet fire. That's not the frustrated, no-nonsense Payton we've seen in the past. This is a head coach who believes in what he's building, and that belief is spreading. Payton recently joked about the Marvin Mims and Malcolm Roach back and forth, not shutting it down, but embracing it. That kind of light-hearted energy coming from your head coach, it means something. It means he likes this team. He trusts them. And when Sean Payton starts smiling like that, you know something big is brewing. Remember, he's fresh off a year away from coaching, working in media, talking with analysts and insiders. And now you can see him opening up to those same people again, not because he has to, but because he wants to share what's happening in Denver. He could easily keep things short and businesslike, but instead, his press conferences are running 20, 25, even 30 minutes long. That's not by accident. That's a head coach who's enjoying the ride. A man who senses that the good times are starting, and he's leaning into it. And on the sidelines, Bo Nix and Sean Payton were caught laughing it up together in a viral clip, a veteran coach and a young quarterback connecting, relaxed, confident, and completely locked in. That kind of chemistry doesn't happen unless something special is taking shape. Now, there was a scary moment. For a few intense minutes, Dre Greenlaw's name popped up on social media with reports of an injury, and hearts sank across Broncos country. Because let's be real, the Greenlaw-Hufanga combo in the middle of this defense is lethal. If those two are healthy and flying around the field, good luck working the middle. Offenses will be forced outside, and that's exactly what Denver wants. This team is coming together in every way, emotionally, physically, tactically. And when your head coach is this locked in, this confident, and this proud of his players, you better believe the rest of the NFL should take notice. And if you're going to force teams to attack the outside of the field, then good luck, because that's where Pat Surtain 2 lives. Lockdown, elite, and across from him, Riley Moss, who's added 10 pounds of pure muscle and is looking like a different beast entirely. This secondary isn't just solid, it's dangerous. Now during today's drills, Moss lined up across from J.K. Dobbins, and yeah, Dobbins got the better of him on that rep. But that's what you want in camp, elite talent sharpening elite talent. Dobbins is a dynamic back, and he made a great play. But here's where the scare came in. Dre Greenlaw was in pursuit, and after the play, he came up holding his hamstring. The reaction was instant. Social media blew up. Was it the same leg injury from Otis? Was it serious? But then came the calm, and it came from Sean Payton. In his press conference, Payton was smiling. That's not a coach who's worried. He made it clear this hamstring tweak is completely unrelated to Greenlaw's previous quad injury, and there's no concern about his availability for the season. This is the time for something minor like that to happen. The preseason is still ahead, and honestly, Dre Greenlaw doesn't need it. He's ready. Let him rest, let him heal, because when it matters, he'll be right there anchoring the middle of the field with Hufanga. And if you want even more reason for optimism, go back to what DJ Jones said after the injury. He repeated it again, you haven't seen anything yet. That confidence wouldn't be there if there was any real concern about Greenlaw. Also getting some exciting buzz out of camp, Caleb Lohner, the 7th-round tight end. Now, fans around the AFC West might scoff when they hear this, but there are whispers inside the Broncos building that Sean Payton sees something special. There's even been talk that he could be the next Jimmy Graham. And sure, people might laugh at that, but Payton's eye for tight end talent is real, and if Lohner is flashing like that, already don't count him out. This defense is deeper, tougher, and more confident than it's been in years. The culture is changing, and every day of camp, it becomes more obvious. Denver is building something real. Forget the doubters. You don't have to believe everything Sean Payton says, but you can't ignore what's happening on the field. Bo Nix is putting on a clinic in training camp. And the connection between him and Caleb Lohner, it's already turning heads. Lohner, a massive, athletic tight end, has hauled in multiple touchdown passes against the Broncos' first-team defense. He might be used primarily in red zone packages early on, but make no mistake, this is the kind of tight end Sean Payton has thrived with before. Long, physical, and built to dominate mismatches, and now he's popping at camp. Trusted Broncos insiders are taking notice too. From Cody Rourke to Zach Stevens, the message is the same: Caleb Lohner is making noise, carving up defenses, winning reps, and looking like a player who's not just here to compete, but to contribute right away. There's a real sense that Lohner is a weapon Denver hasn't had in years. Size, strength, freakish athleticism, he brings something totally different to this roster. And Sean Payton knows it. You can already see the offensive schemes being shaped to take advantage of his rare frame and vertical jump. Bo Nix sees it too. He's not hesitating to give Lohner chances in tight windows, trusting that huge catch radius to come down with the ball. Keep your eyes on that duo. It's still early, but the chemistry is real. And while we're talking about early standouts, don't sleep on Jalen Virgil either. There's talk of a potential resurgence. Fans remember the hype, that explosive frame, the physicality, the baby Hulk comparisons. But after limited action and a puzzling healthy scratch against Buffalo last year, the buzz around him cooled off. Now it's starting to build again. Sure, he's running with the second and third units right now, but that fire is coming back. He's fighting, pushing, and if he continues trending upward, it won't be long before he demands real reps again. This roster isn't just deep, it's hungry, and training camp is revealing the kind of competition that forges real contenders. Here's what makes Audric Estime such an exciting piece for this Broncos offense. He may be entering just his second year, but he's still the youngest player on the roster. And yet physically, he already looks like a punishing veteran. Estime brings something different. In a backfield that features the speed and agility of guys like Jaleel McLaughlin and J.K. Dobbins, Estime is the hammer. The closer, the guy no defender wants to deal with when the fourth quarter rolls around. And now we're hearing he's stacking strong practices together, 2 in a row, starting to show consistency, focus, and hunger. That's massive. It's impossible to forget what he did in Arrowhead against the Chiefs last season, punishing runs, breaking tackles, chewing up yards with every touch. He averaged 4 to 5 yards a carry in that hostile environment and looked like a throwback to the kind of physical runner Denver fans have been starving to see. That game was a reminder. This kid can be a weapon. There were whispers earlier in camp, frustration, maybe even a bit of sulking over getting lower team reps. But now he's responding the right way. He's grinding, he's rising. And if he keeps this up, it won't matter where he started on the depth chart, because Estime looks ready to make a statement. Now, shifting to the defensive side. One of the most intriguing undrafted free agents Denver picked up this offseason was Jonah Ellis, not Johnny Walker, a linebacker who made waves after some standout tape showed him beating Kansas City's first-round pick at left tackle. That kind of tape made people take notice. If this undrafted rookie is handling your prized first-rounder, what happens when he lines up against Nick Bonito or Jonathan Cooper? That excitement was real, but unfortunately, we just got word. He's being placed on season-ending IR. And while that stings, this might actually be a smart move by the front office. Full-year IR is often used to protect a developmental player, keeping him with the team inside the system, learning, growing without risking him on waivers. He may not take a snap this season, but the Broncos clearly see potential. He'll stay in-house, continue developing, and when the time is right, he'll get his shot. This roster is young, physical, and deep, and even the guys flying under the radar, they're showing flashes that matter. Even though the injury to Jonah Ellis landed him on season-ending IR, there's a strong belief this isn't a major long-term issue. In many ways, this is like a redshirt year, a smart move by the Broncos to protect a high-upside player they want to develop without burning a roster spot. And next year he'll return with a full year in the system under his belt, ready to compete like a seasoned vet. To add depth in the meantime, the Broncos brought in Garrett Nelson out of Nebraska, a Butkus Award finalist and a high-motor edge rusher with the kind of energy you want in camp. He's got solid tape, and while it's uncertain if he'll crack the 53-man roster, he brings a relentless attitude that fits Denver's culture. That outside linebacker room is loaded. Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper are locked in. Behind them, you've got emerging talent like Dondria Tillman and a redshirting Jonah Ellis. And even though Drew Sanders is shifting inside, the overall linebacker unit is looking like one of the deepest groups on this team. Plus, don't forget about rookie Quantez Robinson, who continues to flash potential. As camp progresses, it'll be fascinating to see how the defensive depth chart shapes up, especially in the trenches and at linebacker, where real competition is driving real development. But perhaps the best news of all, Dre Greenlaw's injury doesn't appear serious. That brief moment of panic from fans turned into relief after updates confirmed it's just a minor tweak. And when you've got guys like DJ Jones still hyping Greenlaw after practice, saying you haven't seen anything yet, that speaks volumes. The energy in Denver right now is real. The veterans are fired up. The young players are grinding. The locker room is tight. And the head coach? He's smiling because he knows what this team is capable of. Broncos country, something is building.